My childhood wasn't normal. My parents have struggled with addiction since I was 4. My mom and stepdad barely made ends meet. When they were using, my mom would disappear into her room for days and my stepdad worked third shift, leaving my sister and me to raise ourselves. By the time I was 8, I had already learned to cook because my dad still wanted home-cooked meals, even though my mom was absent.
Please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell to receive notifications every time we upload a new video.
Things got worse in 2011 when my dad had an ATV accident and broke his back. That injury spiraled their addiction even further. He started selling his medication to support his habit and keep the lights on. Some months we didn't have electricity, running water, or even food. Despite everything, my dad had a kind side. He taught me how to work on cars and how to fix just about anything. But when we moved in 2013, things took a turn for the worse. Pills weren't enough anymore. They started using meth. My dad became paranoid, aggressive, and abusive. My mom, on the other hand, stayed up all night cleaning, which really just meant taking things apart and never putting them back together. By the time I was 15, my dad and I had a fight and he kicked me out. I never went back. I couch hopped and even slept in my car until I graduated high school. Then, in December 2017, I moved in with my now husband, who helped me heal in ways I didn't even know I needed. In 2020, my mom decided she wanted to change. She left my dad, got clean, and tried to rebuild a relationship with my sister and me. Took time, anger, tears, resentment, but eventually we became closer than ever. For the first time in my life, I had a real mom. But then 2 years later, my dad came back. And just like that, my mom fell back into old habits. She still tried to stay in our lives, though, so my sister and I set up a weekly girls' day to spend time with her. Then in May 2024, the stroke happened. My mom lost mobility in her left leg, and her brain was permanently affected. She wasn't the same person. When she was admitted to a rehab facility, my dad, who had no job, refused to stay with her. So I quit my own job to take care of her. I was there every morning when the doors opened and stayed until she went to bed. I attended every therapy session, every doctor's visit. I bathed her, changed her, helped her apply for disability. I even set up a GoFundMe to help with expenses. 2 weeks later, she was released. She had been clean for a month and wanted to stay that way. My dad and I made a plan. I would take care of her while he found a job. Every day, I showed up at 6 a.m. to take care of her, manage her meds, cook her meals, and help her regain her strength. But by mid-July, my dad still didn't have a job. I decided to take a couple of days off to spend time with my husband. That's when everything fell apart. On July 11th, my sister and I took my mom to the lake. She was acting strange, but we thought it was just excitement. Then my dad called, furious, demanding that I bring my mom to the bank because they wouldn't let him withdraw money without her. Afterward, my sister and I talked and she voiced what I didn't want to admit. Mom was using again. At dinner, it became obvious. The involuntary sniffs, random energy outbursts, barely eating. All signs pointed to relapse. That night, I confronted them. The second I asked my mom if she was high, everything changed. My dad started screaming. My mom retreated into the bedroom. My dad told me I was controlling, that I was the problem. When I said, "Are you trying to kill her?" he deflected, twisting the situation to make me the villain. My mom admitted, "I'm an addict. If it's in front of me, I'll do it." That was it for me. I told my dad, "You are the worst thing that has ever happened to this family." And I walked out. The next day, my mom invited me to my sister's surprise party. I refused at first, but eventually I went. I stayed away from my dad, but before I left, I sat down with my mom one last time. I showed her how to manage her meds, how to check her blood pressure and sugar. Then I told them both. "I will take you to your appointments, but I will not be your caretaker anymore. I will not watch you kill yourselves." Since then, I've barely spoken to them. I call my mom occasionally, but they never reach out to me or my sister. From what I've heard, my mom is back at work full-time, still having accidents, and my dad still doesn't have a job. I feel guilty because I love my mom. We came so far and now it feels like all of that progress is gone. I want to reach out, but I don't know if I should. So, tell me, am I the asshole for going no contact?
So what do you think about this story? Have you ever been in a similar situation? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.